Hello everyone, my name is Beam. I'm a media and communication student under Coventry University in PSV Academy. Today we have the opportunity of interviewing a very special guest. We know him as the head of creative design at Dentsu Singapore. Welcome, Mr. Lim.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, Mr. Lim, so formal.
Okay, Nicholas. Okay, can you please tell us a little more about what you're doing right now?
So I'm the creative group head at Dentsu. So Dentsu, not really Dentsu, but under Gyro. So Dentsu is made up of 3 different services. So I'm under the consumer experience and media service. So we deal mostly with B2B clients. So I'm in charge of a single client or 2 clients at least. So I deal with the art, the creative, all the ideation, execution, planning, and all that.
Okay, so firstly, just want to thank you so much for coming down today. We really appreciate
No
it. And how are you doing during like this whole COVID-19 situation? Like, has it been tough?
It's interesting. It's a different way of working from the last 10 years. You mostly work from home. In the office is the hybrid working style that we keep hearing about, right? So you work in the office, sometimes you go in the office, you meet people, sometimes you don't meet people at all, you look at the screen, sometimes it's just your initials on the screen, so it's difficult to talk to, but definitely interesting. Definitely fun way to work, faster way to work at least. Yeah.
Okay, so now why don't we start with some ice-breaking questions so that it's not as tense.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready? Yeah,
Sure,
answer
yeah.
quickly. Okay, offline or online?
Offline?
Home base or office?
Both.
Night owl or early bird?
Early bird?
Digital or film camera?
Film?
Okay, movie or novel?
Movie?
Now this question is important. Marvel or DC?
Oh, DC?
I wasn't expecting that answer,
Was
but
it?
okay.
Okay.
Working alone or in a team?
Definitely in a team.
Okay, monochrome or colorful?
Monochrome.
As you can see.
Just some color. I try to add a bit of color here. Yeah.
Okay, coffee or tea?
Tea.
Rice or noodles?
Rice.
Okay, that's good. Okay, now that we know a little more about you, let's start with the first question. So how did you get started in this industry?
How do I get started? It's a weird question. I didn't know I wanted to do this role or in this industry, but it just happened that I fall into it. Weird story. I was, after secondary school, you're supposed to pick out a course in the poly. So I saw this on this list. It says free trip to Bali.
Instantly.
Yeah. So I said, okay, why not? So this is how I ended up here.
Did you end up going Bali?
Yeah, Bali. So it's a study trip. So we stayed there for about 7 days, I think. So you learn about art, drawing, different cultures. So it's almost like a retreat sort of thing. So I thought that was quite interesting.
That sounds very fun.
Yeah. Being a Singaporean is free, so I just went for it.
Okay, very true. But since you said that you just kind of fall into it, right? But you've stayed in this industry for over a decade. So what is your driving force to continue being here?
I would say it's over time you start to like it, you grow a passion for it. I guess it's the idea that I like to solve problems, no matter what it is, even small problems, art problems, design problems, anything that to do with trying to figure out how it works. I think I kind of like that idea. So over time I grew to love it.
Okay. So, there's always various type of clients in whichever industry, but I just want to know specifically in your industry, is it hard to satisfy all of them?
I wouldn't say hard to satisfy. You just have to kind of change your mentality that these are your clients, they are kind of paying you or asking you for advice. So you just have to adapt to whatever the situation asks for. So it's not hard to please. You just have to change your mindset.
Okay. Now I want to know a little more about kind of their feedback. So, in the way of what are the people's first reaction when they see your work for the first time?
You mean clients? Or
Yeah, the clients.
Some of them they will be, no reaction, and then that's where you feel like, oh shit, did I do something wrong? Is this the right way? Of course, there's some anxiety, but I think mostly you are looking for clients to go to feel excited about your work. You want their eyes to grow bigger when they see their work, smile. I think those are the cues that you are looking for. So I think it's good to get a reaction from client. Whether it's good or bad, at least you know you're moving in the right direction or the wrong direction.
Okay, so you prefer that over just like being still?
Yeah, of course. Still of course is a reaction as well. You know that they're probably processing it, trying to figure out what to say. But then you can guess, it's probably the wrong way to go. So immediately your mind starts to think, okay, maybe I should have done this, or I should have done that.
Okay, so as you are talking about your clients right now, have there been like a change or a pattern that you see in your clients ever since the whole COVID-19 situation?
I don't think there's a change. I think work still goes on as per normal. Nothing has changed. Maybe the fact that they expect something a little bit quicker because everything's online. You can work from home. There's no excuse to say, oh, I have to go to the office to do this. So everything is. I think they feel like they expect a bit more, quicker reactions. But I think overall, the expectation of quality of work is still the same as before.
Okay, so as the industry is constantly changing, how do you keep up with the trends or come up with new ideas for all of your projects?
New ideas. I feel like ideas is kind of almost recycled in a way. You can take ideas from past decades and then kind of recycle and introduce it into the new world. But I think technology would be the driving force of trends. So for example, if you look at Photoshop or Adobe and what kind of tricks they have or filters they have, right? That kind of drives the trend of design. Ideas wise, like I say, it's all recycled. No ideas is truly original. It's taken from different pieces here and there, and then you try to mix it into something unique.
Okay, so as you've worked on so many projects, which is the most challenging project that you've worked on?
Challenging project. I would say it's this recent project that we did last year. It was to rebrand a aging Singapore IT company. So this IT company has been around for the past 40 years. I can't say the name, but it's everywhere. Everything that you have touched online, everything you have to do with the government. You can probably figure that out. Everything to do with the government, it's probably them. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's to rebrand a 40-year-old company that they have no marketing strategy in the last 40 years because jobs have been handed to them. So it's quite challenging to rebrand something that's quite old.
Yeah, I think it's older than both of us.
Almost, yeah.
Okay, so being in such a demanding industry, I'm sure there's a lot of things that you need to overcome and you might have not expected before. So what are some of the hurdles that you come across along the way?
Sorry again?
Like what are some of the hurdles that you come across while working in this industry?
Hurdles. I would say people is the biggest hurdle. Trying to please people, trying to work with people. People is the most difficult to please.
Always.
Of course.
Okay, so I've learned that many people in this industry have to juggle with quite a few projects at once. So how do you manage your time, especially during those peak hours when work is just pouring in?
I see. I guess just focus on one job at the same time, at one time. Try not to think about the next job. Just finish this and move on to the next one.
Okay, so I want to know a little bit more about your company. When you decide to change something in your company, whether it be company protocols or policy, is it because of the market change, or do you kind of start it on your own because you feel like it?
Policies as in, what do you mean by policies? Because I don't really change anything in the company.
Maybe like the culture?
As in, okay. What made me decide to change the culture, is it? I guess it's the nature of the type of work that's coming in. Maybe if you feel like you need to collaborate more with your team members, maybe that's a culture that you can change instead of like the recent work from home, right? Everybody's working from home. You can't really talk and read body language online. I think, yeah, maybe the way we work is something that we can change.
Okay, so I'm sure there was a lot of project that was very challenging for you, but is there like any project that you want to work on? Like
any project as in clients, type of work?
Type of work, clients, both.
Of course, everybody wants to work with Nike or Apple or the big tech company names, right? But I would say gaming would be an interesting industry to go into, since it's like up and coming. There's all this esports. There's like different games, different technology, even VR. Maybe gaming would be an interesting industry to go in.
Okay, now what about the future of creative design industry? What do you see the industry being like in 10 years from now?
10 years from now, we'll all be dead and robots will take over.
We'll be dead so soon?
Yeah, maybe AI would be a big part of the industry. Yeah, AI, I would say AI.
Okay, so we know that things like traditional media was replaced by social media in a sense. Do you think that this industry too can be replaced in the future?
Yeah, so AI would be the answer, automation, yeah.
Okay, so since most of the people watching this would either be fresh grads or are graduating soon, what would you want to tell people who are seeking to work in this industry? Like, what should they be prepared for?
Oh, prepared for a lot of fun, stress.
As with every work.
Yeah, anxiety. Yeah, but I guess just be yourself. Just take it easy. Learn as much as you can. Ask a lot of questions. Yeah.
Okay.
Just stay fluid.
Okay. Then, is there any suggestion for those who want to get into this industry right now?
Want to get into this interest? Suggestions. I would say be lazy. Yeah. The laziest people are the most, they find the easiest way to a solution, so just be lazy.
Well, I think I should say that to my parents now.
Yeah, I think it was Bill Gates that said that, stay lazy, because the laziest person find the easiest, fastest way to solve a most complicated problem.
Okay. Thank you for all your suggestions. I think it was all very eye-opening and helpful to all of us, and we really appreciate you being here today. I think today's interview was jam-packed with information, and I'm also one of the students who will be graduating end of this year. So I'll be sure to take everything that I learned today and adapt it to help with my future in media. And especially for all of you who are graduating this year, I just hope that this have helped you more or less. And as you heard from the man himself, be lazy. So thank you guys for your kind attention, and bye-bye.